Welcome, friends. I'm Jen.
And I'm Lizzie, and we are on a journey to become the best versions of ourselves. This includes our fitness, our nutrition, our mental health, our emotional health, nurturing healthy relationships, and a lot of healing. This process is messy, and there have been a lot of tears on the way, but so many laughs and amazing moments that we've shared together. And now we're here to share them with you.
Yes, and we want to invite you into this conversation as we discuss each of our journeys and the new things we are learning on the way and give you the accountability and knowledge you're looking for in your own personal wellness adventure.
You're gonna eat so many more chicken nuggets.
It's Jen and Lizzie, girls that eat.
All right, welcome.
Ew. Don't
Yeah.
mind me while I finish my can of chicken.
I just,
This is an ad for Kroger.
is it mixed with anything? Just the
Put just a little bit of ranch dressing in it.
Yum.
I didn't plan properly for how long I was going to be here this afternoon. I thought I would have time to run back home. But I had like some stuff in the fridge. I keep a lot of snacks in the fridge and one can of protein. Yeah, chicken.
Do you like ranch with your pizza?
Mm-hmm.
That's good, right?
Salad.
Yeah,
Ranch
call it a
on
salad.
chicken nuggets. Mm-hmm.
Chicken nuggets.
I've been eating chicken nuggets a lot lately.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah. Being in bulking season, which I've never done before, like I'm really trying to eat like 25 to 3,000 calories a day, like high protein. It's it's a lot. It's like I eat huge salads. I need to put more like chicken and stuff in them. Um, the instant rice things, those are super easy. Been making some pastas and stuff. Just a lot of meat and vegetables and fruit is more of what I've been going for. And my masking or protein,
Mhm.
which I'm gonna throw this out there because if anyone has an idea, maybe someone can give me the answer because I've been trying to figure this out. So on my bag of this mass gainer, it's Sebum's protein, cookies and cream. On the label, so if you know how to read nutrition labels, right, it says serving size is, whatever. Serving size is 4 scoops, and they're big scoops. Um, and then it says per serving size, it's like 1,070 calories. So you would take that as 1,000 calories in 4 scoops, right?
Yeah.
And then as you go down the label, it has like all the different things, the fat content, protein, it says right underneath 1,000, like 1,070 gram or yeah, calories. It says the protein is like 53 grams per serving, right?
Yeah.
So you take that, it was 53 grams per 4 scoops. But then further down the bag, it says it's 1,070 calories per serving, but it's 53 grams of protein per scoop. So something's off on this label because it seems like way too little protein for 4 giant scoops of protein
Yeah.
powder
So then does that mean it's going to be 50 something
per scoop,
per
supposed.
then
But the nutrition label says it different. Like I don't know if they can't say it's over 200 grams of protein per serving or what.
you're going to
It's
have to send the picture of it so we could all analyze it as we talk about this.
send it to you.
Yeah.
Like I have to be getting, so I'm getting, over 100 grams per my protein shake because I do 2 scoops at a time because 4 is a lot. It gets pretty thick. Um, Plus that much protein on one serving, like my body can't process that. Like a females, our bodies can't process more than like 25, I think, grams of protein at a time,
Oh,
25 to
that?
30. So you're kind of just wasting it. So like I'll have my shake, but I won't just chug it all in one like sitting. I'll kind of spread it out like while I'm coaching a class or something like that. So it's not just like one big dump of protein.
So what
Um,
happens if
like
you
your
do? If you take it
The
all,
body-
your body can only take 25 grams of protein, it just dumps the rest.
Yeah. So basically, like your body has to process through so much of it, you don't end up getting all of that, like in one sitting.
I didn't know that.
So that was another reason I started using Body Health, their perfect aminos.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like the 9 essential like amino acids that we need for the protein. So it doesn't have all these other fillers and all these other things our bodies have to break down to
Mm-hmm.
actually get, the full benefit. So the aminos, it's like I think I was supposed to do 2 to 3 scoops a day, and it's kind of like it's got this like light, chalky, like real potent flavor,
Huh?
like a bite to it. But it's supposed to be just the straight aminos. They have all kinds of articles. I really, really like the stuff, the blogs and everything that that company writes. But then you're also not like filling your gut with all these things. You're just getting the the aminos that you need, the essential aminos, instead of all this other filler stuff. So that's something too to add to your diet, like starting first thing with that.
Hmm. How many protein is in your cup of
Mm,
chicken?
okay. So there's 3 servings in this, which is crazy to me. Who's gonna eat just a third of this?
I know they might like if it's gonna be in a can like that small, just put the whole thing. One can is one serving, and then the total calories.
Yeah. Um, so per serving, it's 12 grams of protein. So I'm getting over 30 grams.
Wow.
So our goal is to like, I know we're going off on a tangent right now, but we are the girls that eat, so we're always going to talk about food. Um, you want to try to have over 30 grams of protein per meal. Like having 2 eggs in the morning is not enough, ladies. Not enough. Because you know how much protein is in one egg?
Was it like 6?
6 grams of protein, dude.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Your infant needs more than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, 30 grams, and there's very easy ways to do it. Have your eggs, but add some meat to it. I've been doing like chicken, eggs, and cheese and like a wrap, like a burrito.
Oh yeah. I had cheese. If I'm really hungry, I'll do 3 eggs.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, getting crazy.
No.
18 grams of protein.
I don't want to take too much. I don't want to overload my body.
Girl, we're trying to get jacked over here.
Yeah.
Get down.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining me in the gym today.
You're not in jail?
A big block building. I'm in the yard. In the gym. I'm always moving around. But yeah, we got the CrossFit Open announcement, the second workout coming up. So I am here waiting to handle that. And social media and stuff like that for the gym for today to prepare all of our members.
Oh, I know. I remember when it would come on and then the next day they'd have to do the workout. I was like, "Ugh,
Oh yeah.
does not look fun."
Jesse Madero's is getting ready. But anyway,
Yeah.
welcome. Welcome everyone.
Welcome. So
What are we
today
talking about today?
we are talking about dopamine,
Mhm.
all the benefits and good stuff about it.
Yeah. Dopamine and serotonin go
Yeah.
together. So we probably hear these words all the time. What is it really? How does it affect us? Tell me, Jen. Tell me more.
What is dopamine? What's the easy translation for it?
Um, it makes us happy. It's like a happy drug.
Yeah, like right here it said, what does dopamine do for a person? Dopamine acts as an area of the brain to give you feelings of pleasure, satisfaction, and motivation.
Yeah, it's a chemical produced by the brain, and it contributes to, I got a little list here. Um, Among other functions, it helps contribute to our memory, our movement, pleasure, motivation, um, our sleep, arousal, attention. A lot of our behavior is affected by our dopamine.
Yeah, it's crazy how the brain works. I took a psychobiology class in college, and I remember, I mean, the classes were freaking long, but there was one teacher that was talking about the brain, and then someone was having like open head brain surgery, and you have to stay awake for that.
Oh,
And when the doctor would like touch certain parts of the brain with whatever utensil they're using, they would like remember something that they haven't like remembered in a long time. Isn't that weird? It's like, oh my God, like when they would touch like, whatever, and then they're like, oh my God, I just remembered something from XYZ that was like in their stored in their like their long-term memory that maybe they weren't even able to access anymore. I was like, the
yeah,
brain, the way it works, it's crazy.
it is. That's nuts. I didn't hear that. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about
I remember him talking about that in class. Like that's like one of the only things I really remember. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's crazy.
that. Huh. Our neural pathways. I'm reading a book right now called, and I would love to talk about it another time once I finish it, but it's called Get Out of Your Head.
Get out of
And
your
like
head.
how
Hmm.
not like with negative thoughts, like how not to spiral.
Oh,
Um, but in the beginning, she talks a lot about like the brain, and her daughter was doing a lot of research and like trying to learn things so she could, help people with Alzheimer's when she was out of school. Um, get down, please. And so just some of the facts that she shared was really, really interesting. I'm like, I need to dive more into this and really get to know how our brain works. I mean, having, anxiety, depression, dealing with like abuse, like trauma, like that really, even just the way your nervous system is, like that changes your mind so much. Like it actually alters your brain and your
yeah.
pathways. But a lot of times we can change it and rebuild it to something healthier, which
Hmm.
is like I'm very intrigued by it right now. Like I want my brain to work well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. That sounds good. I like reading interesting books. It keeps you hooked.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good, and it's like yeah, focused on her. I can't remember her name, but like her spiritual journey too. With Christ and things she was dealing with, and like and thinking about the negative thoughts. And she's a speaker. So yeah, really, really interesting so far. So where do you want to take this?
Um,
Kind of talking. I have what are you thinking? You go first.
well, so I'm like kind of going down this list, and we were talking about probiotics.
Ooh, yeah. That was a new thing that I didn't know.
Yeah, it says here several studies have shown that large quantities of probiotic bacteria can reduce anxiety and depression symptoms in humans and animals, which I had no idea. I mean, I was having like the kids take like probiotic like gummies, but I was like, I mean, it sounds good, like oh, probiotics, but I didn't even know what it was for. Now it's like now you go buy another bottle because it sounds awesome.
Yeah. And that reminds me too, like the gut and brain connection is our gut is our second brain, and there is a direct connection from between both of them. And I learned about that by reading a book called "This Is Your Brain on Food," I think it's called.
Yeah, because I remember watching a video. It was talking about like kids, and then they said when they changed their diet, like actually eating really healthy foods, it like helped with, their behavior at school. And I was like, is that really a thing?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go back to that because I just pulled it up. This is your brain on food.
Brain on food. Okay. But your
Um,
gut is your second brain, you said.
yes, yeah. So, yeah, the book that I
Brain.
read, the way I learned about it is This Is Your Brain on Food, and it's by a doctor who, yeah, Dr. Uma Naidu, I think is how you pronounce her name. And I think she had cancer. She was very sick. She had to go through all the treatment. She survived, but she really started studying the effect of our food on our brain and our mental health. There's a few other books I've read or listened to that talk about that too, and the mental health effect that our just crappy food has on all of us now. Um, and so the probiotics, like actually working with our gut and that direct connection, can be really helpful. I
Yeah.
mean, she's helped so many people with different health issues, mental health issues, anxiety, depression, all these things by changing their diet. And there's certain foods you can eat more of that, can be more helpful, like antioxidants. And we think about, we don't really think about the effect it has on our brain, right? We're always just thinking like the physical
Yeah.
side of things, right?
Mhm.
Exercise is our
Yeah.
gut health is, has become more of a topic recently, but the mental health side of it is, um, yeah, it's just mind blowing, pun intended. Which it is just we had to pause for a second because 24.2 is being announced for the CrossFit Open. So, oh my God, 20 minutes. 20 minutes of work.
Yeah. So like what there
300
was
meter row,
how many?
300-meter row,
And it was
10 deadlift. I think it was 10 deadlifts and 50 double unders.
ugh.
Yeah. As many rounds as possible. So this is gonna be fun. Gonna need a good dump of dopamine and serotonin.
Yeah, heavier chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we found well, I found an article that's talking about controlling your dopamine for motivation, focus, and satisfaction. And it says when you ingest or do certain things, levels of dopamine will rise with varying levels of duration. So chocolate will increase your dopamine by 1.5 times above baseline.
I
What is
love
that?
how chocolate's the first one.
Yeah. Remember in high school, they used to say like chocolate's not good for you. It causes pimples. I don't know if that
Really?
was ever, that's what they said, but then I found another article later on saying that no, that's not related because I always thought it was just hormones because we're teenagers.
Yeah.
I don't know what's true or not, but
I feel like that would be more like processed sugars, like refined sugars, like all the added sugar. I mean, if you're eating like a ton of candy, but like dark chocolate is not bad for you, according to other sources. Maybe it's just like to keep kids from eating candy. You're
maybe.
gonna get more pimples. They're like, ah, no.
Yeah. Trying to ruin our dopamine.
Like this is for my mental health.
Yeah. But
Fuck with it.
what else do you want to add in there?
Sex is a great thing. That's the next thing listed.
Yeah, pursuit
Get
and act.
dopamine.
It
Can
increases
you explain
dopamine.
that to me?
What sex is?
This is a whole new world for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, it says it increases it 2 times above the baseline.
So, like, what exactly does that mean? Like 2 times? Like, we just get a high from it?
I'm guessing it's yeah, like what our body's baseline is, and then it ramps it up. Like we get that dopamine dump kind of like, so anything that gives you that feeling of pleasure, like that pleasure system, pleasure and reward gets you excited. Our brain starts dumping dopamine. Even um like when people go shopping to feel better, that's like a dopamine rush. Like we get that pleasure, that instant reward,
Hmm.
um, kind of result. And then like what happens later, it fades away. It doesn't like stick with you. So, I mean, that's how I would take that from this article.
Yeah.
Baseline, you come up and then, you go back down to your normal dopamine levels. But even with like being on social media all the time, like we have this constant dopamine like stimulation going on. I don't know if
Mhm.
dopamine stimulation is a thing, but we're constantly stimulated and seeing things that we like and watching videos that are fun, and like we deplete ourselves eventually by just having it, our brain producing it constantly. That crucial role in how we perceive pleasure, but it's actually much more complex than that.
Mhm.
So that's where too, like nicotine, cocaine, amphetamines, like they take your dopamine like through the roof. But
Yeah.
amphetamine says 10 times about the baseline. So like, why do people get hooked on these things? Because they make you feel good,
I was
right?
surprised that it said here cocaine, dopamine is 2.5 times. That I thought that was very low. Not my experience or anything.
No, you are talking about
Yeah, but I don't know.
for 30 minutes. You're like, ah. Ugh. Again, why people get hooked on things, because
Yeah.
that constant like fun experience, enjoyment.
Yeah. Hmm.
That was, let's see, what else did it list? Peaks and baselines. The key is not to expect or chase high levels of dopamine when we participate in certain activities. Um, when we expect something to happen, we're highly motivated to pursue it. Like
Yeah.
if you think you're gonna feel good doing coke, or it gives the example of gambling, like then you're pursuing that like constant high. That's stimulant.
Hmm.
We both hummed at the same time.
Let's see what else is on here.
I like how it mentions intermittent schedules. Like as I was just saying, like how we have this constant, like we're dumping dopamine into our brains by all these like the movies, things we get to watch, and like we're scrolling on all these different things that we enjoy and that makes us feel happy. Um, but it says intermittent schedules can keep you motivated and engaged. So instead of having this constant peak all the time,
Hmm.
like, and then coming off of that, we don't want it to occur too often. We want to vary how much dopamine we experience with different activities. Activities you should continue over time.
Hmm. So is it like not good to have too much dopamine?
Um,
Like is too much dopamine bad? Like the good dopamine, not like the stuff that you're trying to take to reach that?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad, but I would feel like you could get depleted, because then if you're coming off of it,
Hmm.
then, like serotonin, like you do Molly, you do ecstasy, right? It's like a serotonin dopamine dump, and then you come off of that, and then you're just like depressed and you feel sad because your body's so depleted, right? And it takes
Yeah.
like a while. Like, so, I mean, that is not just like the drug side of things, but when you're doing it with activities and you're constantly trying to feel this certain high, and then you come off of that, oh, life is hard.
I
I
see
could
what
see how
you're
that could, really dysregulate you.
saying. Hmm.
Um, it's very interesting.
That is very interesting.
Avoiding stimulants every time you participate in an activity like pre-workout, Adderall, Ritalin, energy drinks, it's crazy how we get so like hooked on routines. Like I think even about drinking, like you come home from work, like, oh, I've had a long day. It's time for, a cocktail. Things like that become routine. So then you feel like if you use pre-workout every time you go to the gym and then you don't have it one day, like the effect it can have on your brain of like, ugh, might as well not even do it. Like I feel like that's kind of what it's talking about with like having that motivation, that energy to do things. If you feel like you always have to have this stimulant,
Yeah,
and when you don't have it, are you going to have the motivation to be engaged and actually follow through with the things that you would normally do
without it.
when you don't have it? Yeah. Like thinking about the fitness world, if you always need something to get you going, motivation is already so fickle, right? It's not something that sticks with us. So then if you need to have something to push you, and I'm not against pre-workout or anything, or your amp up song or whatever it is, um, but I think that kind of gave me a different perspective of having to use it all the time. Can you
Yeah.
not survive without this extra stimulant or this extra thing to keep you going? I didn't really think about that before.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm.
Cognitive functions, motor control, um, sleep regulation. We talk about sleep a lot with when it comes to our wellness and our fitness, our mental health.
Yeah, sleep is very important.
Serotonin is a precursor to melatonin. We hear all the time about people using melatonin to help them sleep. Um, but our body does produce these things.
Mm-hmm.
We're constantly using other outside um, ways to get it, then our body kind of doesn't know how to produce it. So it can have a more negative effect because it can really mess up our hormones, these
Yeah,
neurotransmitters and things like that.
yeah. Because you don't want to be dependent, like taking melatonin all the time.
Mhm.
And you're just like, I have to go to sleep. Where's my melatonin?
Right? And then you're just like,
Yeah.
you have to sleep. Yeah, dopamine plays a role in sleep regulation, particularly in the arousal system, which helps you wake up and stay alert. That actually regulates us. Serotonin helps for sleep regulation. Also,
Mhm.
digestion. Oh, how did I not know this? Oh, well, this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, the mind and brain connection. What am I saying? This is new. But it actually helps regulate our appetite and is involved in digestion, which is serotonin. If I didn't say that out loud.
Mhm.
Dopamine is associated with the reward system that's linked to food. So we're actually,
Yeah.
if it's a desire to eat, um, which then works with our other hunger hormones, our leptin and our ghrelin. So like our mind, our brain, and our gut, the hunger hormones telling us when we are hungry, and then like telling us when we're actually full.
Yeah.
It's a system, man. Don't mess with the system.
Oh my.
Wh- Which brings me to an article that I found, kind of a segue into the reward pathway and how that can affect people with eating, right? Not just the nutrition side and eating healthy, but people with even eating disorders.
Oh yeah.
Pleasure system, like thinking about binging, and you're getting this like dopamine dump to where you feel good for that moment. And not even like taking it to that extreme for people who have actual eating disorders or then disordered eating, which isn't actually diagnosed. But just clients that I deal with that do like they
Mm-hmm.
snack on sweets. Again, there's that like processed sugar that we were talking about a little bit earlier because they have it stimulates that pleasure side of their brain. It gives them all those hormones, and then they come afterwards and they're like, ugh, and then I ate four of the cookies and then I felt like crap afterwards. But it like you go up to the peak and come back down
Mm.
because it's activated by eating.
Makes me want to eat a donut.
Do you have ube anything out there? Like ube
No.
donut? Um, you know what I want for my birthday besides tattoos? I want someone from like home in California to send me like a box of ube donuts.
Yeah, it has to be like next day shipping. Or at least vacuum sealed so it doesn't get stale.
Gross. Yeah.
Oh, or the pancakes with the sauce.
Ube syrup.
Oh man.
Yum. The purple potato. If you don't know what we're talking about, if you've never tried ube, it is a purple potato and it's absolutely delicious. It's not overly sweet. That's the thing I like about it. Even the donuts. The donuts are not too sweet. Like that
Mm.
cakey kind of donut.
My dopamine
Can we
is
just
just
have a moment of silence for ube?
thank you.
Guys, thank you. Oh my God. But like super high, like palatable foods, like things that like people seem to get really addicted to, like sugar, salt, fat, you get that like abrupt dopamine boost or that dump, and it
Mhm.
changes their whole mood. I mean, how do you think like all these companies and all these foods continue to sell this garbage to people? Because it's addicting. And
Yeah.
not like a drug addicting, but it is that stimulus that your mind gets, and there's so much negative shit around us. It's like I just want to be happy,
Mm-hmm.
eat this thing that's really not good for me, even though it feels good in the moment. Cravings.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I just try to drink water. It's like
I've
sometimes at night I'm like, I want to eat something. I'm like, I'm just gonna drink my water. It's a better choice.
done I just someone sent me I think it was a reel on Instagram or something, and I definitely want to use the audio because it's just like that. It's like, how to help your hunger. And it's like when you're hungry, or like if I'm really hungry, I'll drink my water so that I can be still really fucking hungry, but at least I'm hydrated. Like I thought I was gonna go a different way. That wasn't exactly what the sound was, but I thought it was gonna be like, because then it kind of fills up your stomach and can keep you going until you can eat food. But it was like, no, so I would still just be really fucking hungry and hangry, but at least I know I'm hydrated. I was like, yes, that is a thing.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
was I was so hungry yesterday, I think it was. Maybe 2 days ago now, but just in between work and running back and forth, and I had a call. It was yesterday because I ate a bunch of weird stuff. But I stopped at the grocery store on the way home because I wanted to pick up more salad stuff. And I got like fried chicken. I got a little thing of sushi, and then I got a ton of salad stuff. But I was so hungry, I could feel I was just like this, just like, oh my God, if someone just feed me. Someone like cut me off, and I was like, oh, everyone's driving like an asshole today. And I was like, oh my God, I need to like that other version of me. Like the beast was coming out. It's like, I
Yeah.
need to run a little bit. I'll be okay. I had my groceries. I was on my way to the house to eat, but she was getting angry.
Yeah. Did you throw your beer at them?
My beer or my beard?
Beer.
Beard. No.
Let me off. Maybe
Oh.
waste my beer. Oh man.
Yeah, don't wait until you're hangry, man. But I did have water in the truck with me, so I was trying to drink that just to hold me over.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's good to carry snacks.
Yeah. Always have snacks. And I took my snacks out of the truck. I had a bag of individually bagged popcorn from a company called Lesser Evil. I really like their stuff. It's good quality, not filled with a bunch of garbage, but it's popcorn. I like their Himalayan salt, and then it actually has a little coconut oil on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's delish.
Where you
But
buy that?
I think I got that at Whole Foods,
Wow.
Trader Joe's. Maybe it was Trader Joe's. Can't remember what's up there in Nashville. But I've had that brand before, and so like I have the little individual bags in the truck, just as like because there's not much to it. It's not
Mhm.
like crap, but it's just enough. You get to chew it, right? So it's like I'm not just drinking something. I'm actually releasing those chemicals to tell my body that I'm eating something by chewing, and it's just enough just to get you through. Never leave home without your snacks.
I know.
If you need anything from this podcast today. Because
Gosh,
if you have all these snacks with you when you get stuck running errands in between dropping the kids off and doing whatever you got to do, you're not going to be stopping for crap.
exactly.
Starbucks line. Oh my God. Yeah, this is a whole other tangent.
Expensive.
It's expensive. And I mean, there's someone showed me another video of Dunkin' Donuts and their new drink. And it's like, basically like, here's the cup. And
Mm-hmm.
it looks delicious. I'm sure it tastes delicious. It's kind of going along with what we were just talking about, that dump that you get. So good. And then the guy is actually I feel bad. I'll have to look up his name and share it, but he's in Dunkin' Donuts, like videoing this, and he has like bowls of sugar with him because he fills up the cup to like here with sugar. And he says, "This is what's actually in this." Like, oh
Gosh.
my God. You're like, this is amazing. And then you come crashing down afterward.
Yeah, I've
He
seen
has,
like I forgot how he looks, but he also had another video where it was like barbecue sauce and then it would say, X amount of sugar. It goes, do you guys actually know what that is? And then he'll put the barbecue sauce and then the amount of sugar in it. And it's just though like side by side, like how is all that sugar in this barbecue sauce?
yeah, the
Yeah.
videos are really helpful because you're like, I just put a little on it.
Yeah, like, oh, 50 grams.
That's
That's not,
nothing. And then you see what it actually
yeah,
looks
it's like,
like.
you know what 50 grams looks like? Well, another thing to put in my purse. You don't have a purse, right? You have your little wallet. Do
Yeah.
you know what the average weight of a woman's purse is? If you were to,
7 pounds.
how much?
I said 17.
The weight of a woman's purse you think is 17 pounds?
No.
Damn.
Like a diaper bag? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it really depends.
7. I'm thinking about a dumbbell. Like I've picked up some people's purses before. It's like
My
very
purse is
often.
sometimes it's like, oh my God, my shoulder.
Why do my abs hurt?
I need to switch to the other side. It would like leave a mark. I was like, damn, God, my purse. I try to keep smaller purses so there's less shit in it, but man, sometimes it's like, what is in here?
You have
But
to be prepared for every situation
that's
though.
what I'm saying.
Every
Like, do you need a tape measure? Bam, I got it right here.
Yeah, got you. Fuck. Tourniquet, a
Yeah.
pocket knife, you need a multi-tool for sure.
Yeah, I have that. I have like I have
I have
my
one in my
purse.
backpack.
My purse, I need a backpack. But my purse, like Mary Poppins for real. Like, what do you need? Someone needed. I was at a restaurant one time and someone was like, "Oh my God, do I have a headache?" It was like a waitress. And I was like, "Oh, I got Tylenol. Here you go."
You like pull out a blank bottle. You're like, here, let me
Yeah.
give you some.
Hold on, let me pick out which one's the Tylenol.
She's like, whoa, whoa. You're like, oops, wrong thing.
Yeah, those were my shrooms. Sorry.
Why are the walls melting?
Yeah. Well,
That's
I'm
funny.
actually shocked.
What
It's
is the
6.27 pounds, which I think that is really freaking light.
my other option? What did I say? 7 was the next choice.
Oh, I thought you said 17.
I did, and then I was
Oh,
like, okay, more like 7 then. So I
yeah.
was dumbbell size, like 5 just seemed too light.
Well, if I didn't have my gun in my purse, I think it would be a lot lighter. But
Oh yeah,
I carry that everywhere. Because I'm in Texas, we could do that.
yeah.
Can you do
In
that in
Tennessee,
Tennessee?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I finally got my Tennessee license.
I know, I remember you
I have to
saying
get the
that.
official, like, actual
But you
classes.
got the paper one?
Yeah, so now I can get my permit, which you don't really actually need to
Permit for what?
carry here.
Oh,
Yeah, but obviously better to have it. And I can finally I want to get a smaller handgun so I can carry it right here my titties.
how about the one that I gave you?
Oh, I have it. That's the one that's in my backpack.
Is that one not big? Or is that too small or too big for you?
No, it's not too big, but
You want a
I
smaller
can't
one.
really hide it. Yeah, I can't. I mean, unless I'm wearing like more baggy stuff, then I
Yeah.
could. But I could open carry it too if I wanted. Just
Yeah.
have to get a different holster for it.
Mm-hmm.
Wear it on my hip. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me.
Wow.
No,
Get
crazy
our
people.
dopamine rush.
You want a dopamine rush? I'll give you a dopamine rush.
Let me show you.
Like, oh my God, I'm so turned on.
Oh my gosh.
You know, 5 minutes a day, you're just being in the sunlight can help.
Yeah.
Um, exercise is huge to feel better. Like people say, like, oh, my exercise is my therapy. I mean, you should probably still go to therapy, but those good feeling, hormones and chemicals in our brain, like it can really help you to stay motivated, to keep going. You see
Yeah.
the results for yourself. Um, the food we eat, yeah, that's huge. The people around us, like your support system.
Mm-hmm.
Like even just getting on the phone with you, like when I get to see your face, that's why I love our Snapchat because it just helps. I like the visual. Like, sure, we can text each other all the time or whatever, but there's something different about seeing the people you love,
Right.
especially with filters.
Yeah. It's
The
like,
filters are everything.
yeah, today's a filter day because I look like shit.
Love your hair today. It looks super cute.
Oh my God. So I was like, I'm gonna wash my hair tomorrow, but I'm like doing a million things and I jump in the shower and I'm wetting my hair. I'm like, no, I'm supposed to do this tomorrow. So I just tied it up and I was like, I'm not doing this today. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So that's what happened. I was like, what was I thinking?
Like just doing your normal like
Yeah, and I was
hair
like, wait. Today's not the day. Tomorrow's the day to wash my hair.
I
Oh,
need to wash mine. I really do. But
yeah.
it looks kind of, I mean, it's not as bad as the when my hair was bright red, but it definitely looks like I killed someone in the shower.
It looks
Proud of
good.
Yeah, it's holding really well.
Wow.
Hello. A little
Yeah.
voice there.
Huh?
Someone just say hello. Was it me?
Oh,
Sloan there?
Sloan, she's underneath the desk.
I was like, did I just hear something? Is there a ghost in this room? Hello?
Hello.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, what were you saying?
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. When
Hair.
I used to have like a little piece of red in my hair, yeah, I used to wash my hair all the time and then it would look like corn husk and I'd have to touch. I was like, how do I like not do this? So yeah, it took a while to figure out. Oh my God, someone told me, I goes, your hair, it just looks like corn husk. I was like, that's never happening again. I'm never washing my hair because it looks so good when you touch it up and then when you
Yeah,
wash it, it just fades away.
yeah, this is holding really well. My friend did a great job on it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you. It's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I want to link This Is Your Brain on Food. If you She has videos too, like of different cuts from the diet, just kind of going back to the
Mm-hmm.
food thing and the mental health side of things. I want to link that on there. You guys should definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Anxiety. There's um another book I should see. Hold up real quick. It's on my Audible. Oh, what is the title of it? But she's also I think she's a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
And she, worked in that field, and she just realized like she was really only taught how to write scripts for people. And then she started noticing like the compounding effect that, like, okay, you're on this one medication for your mental health.
Yeah.
And then you start to have these side effects, and then like, well, here's another one. Let's just write this up for you. And she just realized how terrible it actually was. And so she got out of, like the big pharma side of things
Yeah.
and started helping people with changing their diet and like all the studies that go along with it. So very, very similar to This Is Your Brain on Food. Like they really made a lot of sense together, even though I don't know if these doctors have ever met each other. But the amazing stories and testimonies in this book of the people who were like on so many meds that they were like schizophrenic, hearing voices, gambled everything away, or like lost their family and
Uh,
end up in a facility or something, or ending up in jail because they're just like they're crazy.
mm-hmm.
And then she ends up getting a hold of some of these people and slowly and safely backing them off medication and making these diet changes and putting them on, certain foods. And there's one that sticks out is like basically that story I just told you, but then in the end, she's like a normal person. Like she doesn't have any voices in her head anymore. She's able to live a life, and she ends up getting like her home back, and maybe not the home she had, but like she's independent again.
Yeah. Wow.
Effective the medications, but having someone like that doctor who is willing to put that work in and work on that, the wellness side, and not the big pharma of like, well, let's just put a band-aid on it. Like, let's just, oh
Mm-hmm.
no, you have another side effect. Well, let's put another, it's like bricks on bricks just to weigh you down, drown you.
Yeah.
I'll have to look up the actual name of that book.
Yeah, send it to me.
Great.
I'll link it. Um,
Yeah. Good. Really interesting to listen to. Like it's not so much that it's like out there if you're driving and listening to it, it's just like a bunch of sciencey stuff.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes that like I zone out. But
Yeah.
she has a lot of testimonies through the book as she's explaining what she does. Um, yeah, just absolutely amazing. And I'm just so grateful that there are people like that doing that work.
Yeah.
Because not everyone's crazy. Not it makes me so sad when people go see their doctor and they're just like, yeah, you have ADHD, or yeah, you have this, or you have that. But there's no show me the way to work with this.
Yeah.
Here's a problem. Give me a solution, not a band-aid.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh,
Yeah.
to get off my pedestal.
Yeah. I mean, God, can you imagine that person, that doctor to just be like, I saved this person off all their medication and brought them back to normal. I mean, she must feel amazing to help
Yeah,
people like that.
yeah. We're all
Yeah.
gonna do this. Thank goodness for people that follow through, because it's going against the grain of the medical field today. I
Mm-hmm.
think there's definitely more of a change over the last several years, like since all of COVID. I think a lot of people have woken up to the truth about big pharma and the money, and follow the money. You can see who really actually cares about us, and our
Right.
emotional health and physical health. So yeah, for people to actually do their own thing and go against the grain, and like it takes guts, it really does.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shit for it. But Gotta
Yeah.
to help people.
What? Why?
What? Because we want to help people. We all want everyone to be happy and healthy.
Happy. I hope someone who's listening learned something today.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting facts.
Yeah, let us, and I think I may have said this before, but message, comment, like I'd love to know your experiences with food or mental health or even where you struggle. Like, is it struggling with the sugar and the snacking, like I mentioned? Um, that's all things we can help you with.
If you had to choose between sugar or salty, what a snack, what would you
Salty.
pick? Salty?
I
Hmm.
think knowing that salt does not make us fat and it's not bad for us is also a reason why I'm choosing that. But I'm not really into sweets. Not really. I'm trying to think. No.
There was something that you don't like, and it was like a sweet thing, and I was like, how does Lizzie not like this? I just don't remember what it is.
I don't like marshmallows.
You don't like marshmallows at all? Oh, because you don't like s'mores. That's what it is.
I don't like s'mores. I don't like s'mores. They're too sweet. I can't do it.
Too
Although too sweet. The chocolate and the marshmallow together, I don't know. Just can't.
dark.
I also don't like the consistency of marshmallows.
I don't like eating like raw, like people who just eat raw marshmallows out of the bag. That's so disgusting. But but if it was like melted and soft, then it's
I
good.
used to eat peanut butter like or the fluff. You remember like fluff?
Yeah, that
We used to eat
was
that as kids with peanut butter. Like I haven't had it in ages, but I could probably do that.
oh yeah, I don't know about yeah, but remember Jiffy used to make that fluffy peanut butter, and
Mhm.
we bought so many before because it was so good. And then Carlo was just giving them away, thinking like, "Oh, you should try this, you should try this." And then when I went to go back to the store, they
Gone.
discontinued them. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is terrible." We just gave them all away. And I was like, "Oh, I'm never gonna experience."
We should write the company and tell them they need to make it again.
I'm gonna do that. I really am. I'm gonna
Do it
call
too.
right Jiffy.
Was it Jif or Jiffy?
I thought it was Jiffy. Is it Jif?
I
Oh
thought
my
it was
God. I'm gonna have to edit
because
this.
Jif is my favorite peanut.
Jif. Oh, maybe it says Jiffy Lube. Peanut
Is,
butter.
isn't there? Oh no, it's Skippy. It's Jif or Skippy, not Jif and
Oh my God, I just
Jiffy.
combined all of them. Okay, yeah, it is Jif, Jif. Good Lord. Okay. Don't laugh at me, anybody. Yes, I am writing them a letter because
I'll do it too. Find the address and I'll write one too.
and everyone who's watching, right? I'm gonna include the address so we get the fluffy peanut butter back because it's amazing.
Oh,
Like
so good.
life changing. So good. Says Kroger has it. No fucking way. There's no Kroger here.
I'll look. There's Kroger's here.
Open. Oh my God, this would be like the best present ever.
Okay, so what we want for our birthdays are ube donuts and the fluffy Jif. Is that what we're saying?
They
And
even
tattoo.
they have whipped peanut butter with chocolate.
See, that I feel like would be too sweet for me.
I like
Too-
to keep it basic, but I would like to try that one just to see if it's good.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be a guinea pig if I have to.
I would really appreciate that. It'd be nice. It'd be funny if I did write a letter and like, ma'am, it is back.
I feel like you're ridiculous.
Why was I not notified?
I should be on your list.
Alrighty.
Right. I've got to go and change the world.
You do that.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Like and subscribe, follow us, and
Yes. Help us.
ask questions because we will answer.
We will answer. We will. Sorry, just Diesel. And so I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Sorry. You can just cut that little part out. But yeah, like and subscribe, ask us questions, send us comments, things we can talk about.
Yes. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Bye.
Bye.